Good morning and happy blessed Friday. I was thinking about something. I was thinking about what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And it made me think, what side do you stand on? Is it situational for you? Or can you stand on that concept? Does it depend on who it is or what the situation is? Or do you stand on that concept? And I think so often, depending on who's involved or what the situation is, people choose sides. I have a story. So, growing up in a big family, you have your go tos, your aces, your day ones, and then you have other people who characteristic traits, behaviors, and maybe you've had run ins with them directly or you've heard stories about how they move. Well, I say, and I learned, the best teacher are experiences that you have for yourself. Not what other people tell you, but what you experience with someone else. And I remember an ex of mine would say, unless he sees it, he doesn't believe it. You can poke holes in that all day, but the idea of it, I got. That if someone came to him and said, hey, I saw your girl doing X, Y, and Z, that wouldn't be something he would fall for more than if he saw with his own two eyes me doing something that wasn't cool. So back to my story. Growing up in a big family, particularly with a bunch of women, there was this history of the older girls always having issues and run-ins with each other. And two of them who loved each other one day and then deeply disliked each other the other day. And I won't even say deeply dislike, I'll say that they had a lot of history with each other, that they actually really love each other. Something's in the way of them being able to forgive and move forward. A lot of old wounding. Anyway, these two were bickering and fighting, going back and forth. And it started to feel like they wanted to pull other people in the middle of their bullshit. And I believe my stance was, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And I couldn't, in all consciousness, particularly as an adult, take sides. I felt like it was very high schoolish. And that didn't mean if I was in the presence of one or the other that I didn't listen to their side of the story. But I think my listening came from a different place. I was trying to understand the perspective, understand the need, and then share my thoughts or my feelings accordingly. And that meant that if I heard someone say or do something that wasn't right, well then, if what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, it was up to me to pull that person's card and say, hey, yeah, no, that wasn't cool. Or, did you think about it in this way? So that's one story. Then you have those parents who love their children, rightfully so. But when they hear about their children saying or doing something that's out of pocket, rather than pull their child's card and make them take the proper action, whether it be an apology, whether it be a conversation, whatever it is to make the situation right, they jump in the middle and are quick to defend, knowing that their child was wrong. Again, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And I want people to hold each other more accountable. And I think that statement is a great foundation of moving towards the ability to be accountable and hold other people accountable. Oftentimes we go with the flow or hold back and don't step in or say things that to set the situation or the person straight. And I think that when you do that, you're equally as guilty as the person who is doing wrong. So, what side do you stand on? Do you believe that what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong? Or do you play both sides depending on the situation or who's involved? Just a thought. Thank you for listening. I love you. Happy Blessed Friday.